countries should work more closely to combat common challenges and create new opportunities of prosperity, Professor Muhammad Yunus at Nikkei Forum. Bangladesh is taking preparation for smooth transition to democracy via a free, fair, credible and inclusive election, says Chief Advisor. Japan will take 1 lakh workers from Bangladesh in next 5 years. 2 MOUs signed between Bangladesh and Japan in Tokyo. Chief Advisor urges Zika to increase assistance for implementing Moheshkhali Matarbari integrated development efforts aimed at economic development of Bangladesh. Bangladesh celebrates International Day of UN Peacekeepers through different events. The country will go back to democracy soon, Begum Khaleda Zia at a discussion marking 44th anniversary of martyrdom of Shaheed President Zia Rahman. Election Commission will take decision relating to Ashraq's oath-taking as DSCC Mayor Appellate Division. Due to deep depression over the bay coupled with impact of new moon, Chattogram, Khulna, Borishal and coastal areas may experience 2 to 4 feet tidal surge. Seaports of Chattogram, Cox's Bazar, Mongla and Pyra have been asked to hoist local cautionary signal number 3. A U.S. trade court opines that President Trump has crossed the limits of authority in setting global tariff. And Bangladesh will face Pakistan in second T20 match in Lahore tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Tanzila Manor Sultana welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to news in details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus said Bangladesh is preparing for a free, fair, credible and inclusive election aimed at ensuring justice, equality, freedom and the dignity of people for the smooth transition of democracy. He said this while presenting the keynote address at the inaugural session of the Nikkei Forum in Tokyo, Japan this morning. The chief advisor said that Asian countries need to work together more closely to tackle joint challenges and create new opportunities for prosperity. He emphasized the need for strong and sustainable financing for Asia's development and called for transforming Asia's interdependence into cooperation.
We are working hard to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of our people, to ensure justice, equality, freedom, and dignity of people, and prepare for a free, fair, and credible election, aiming at a smooth transition to democracy. We believe this is a chance to correct the wrongs, build new institutions, and realize the dream for a fairer society. I believe Asian nations can work together even more closely to address shared challenges and unlock new opportunities for prosperity and better life. We need to build a clear path towards a shared future and shared prosperity. Asia needs a stronger and sustainable way to finance its development. Regional development banks, financial institutions should take lead in funding our growing needs.
The chief advisor stated that despite multiple domestic challenges, Bangladesh is playing its role for global peace and security through participation in the United Nations peacekeeping mission. For humanitarian reasons, Bangladesh has sheltered over 1 million Rohingyas who fled from persecution in Myanmar's Rakhine. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus urged young people to transform themselves into job creators from job seekers by utilizing their
Despite
capabilities.
multiple domestic challenges, Bangladesh is playing a role in contributing to global peace and security through participation in UN peacekeeping and peace-building missions, and hosting more than 1 million Rohingyas fleeing persecution in their homeland in Myanmar, purely on humanitarian ground. Yet the potential youth will shift from job seekers to job creators. Their creativity and energy should be at the center of our efforts. I always encourage young people, do not wait to find a job. Create one. Be an entrepreneur. You have all the strength, all the possibilities of being a successful entrepreneur. Every human being is born as an entrepreneur, not as a job seeker. Do not just seek a paycheck. Build something that solves a problem. Be a job creator and be a social business creator.
Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus today said he was looking forward to his meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba to extend the ongoing collaboration between the two countries in different sectors. The Chief Advisor said there are so many areas of collaboration between Japan and Bangladesh. I want to build on this. He made the remarks when President and CEO of Nikkei, Tsuyoshi Hasebe, called on him at the Imperial Hotel, Tokyo, ahead of the Nikkei Forum Future for Asia this morning. Hasebe thanked the Chief Advisor for attending the program despite his busy schedule. Professor Yunus said he was a regular visitor to Japan until a break due to the COVID-19 pandemic and thanked the Nikkei Forum for helping him make so many friends in the country. Japan will recruit at least 1 lakh workers from Bangladesh in the next 5 years to meet the country's growing workers shortage. Japanese authorities and businesses announced these plans to recruit manpower of Bangladesh while speaking at a seminar titled Bangladesh Seminar on Human Resources in Japan today. Bangladesh Embassy in Japan organized the event. In his speech, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus said that the interim government of Bangladesh would do everything in its capacity to create the job opportunities for Bangladeshis in Japan. The Chief Advisor expressed hope that this gathering will open the door for Bangladeshis to not only work but to know Japan.
This will open the door for Bangladeshis to come, not only work, so know Japan, wonderful country. So this is the beginning of that chapter, opening of that chapter. So that makes me extremely happy that we can do it together. That will be something, again, we'll remember together how we build this up, that relationship between two countries. It's not just sending people, it's building up relationship among two nations to open the door for them. And you're helping us make that happen. Bangladesh has a population of 180 million. But the interesting thing is, half the population is under the age of 26. Very young people. Now you are leading the way to open the door.
State Minister of the Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare of Japan, Nikki Hirobumi, Bangladesh Ambassador to Japan, Daud Ali, Chairman of Japan International Trainee and Skilled Worker Cooperation Organization, Hiroaki Yagi, Chairman of NBCC, Mikio Kesagayama, and Representative Director of Supervising Organization, Shizuoka Workplace Environment Improvement Cooperative, Metsura Matsushita, spoke at the function. Later, 2 memorandum of understandings were signed, first between Bangladesh's Bureau of Manpower Employment and Training BMET and Kaikom Dream Streets KDS, and second between Bangladesh's BMET and Japan's National Business Support Combined Cooperatives and Japan Bangla Bridge Recruiting Agency in Toshikaikan Conference Hall. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus witnessed the signing of the MOUs. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has called upon the Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA to bolster its support for the Muheshkhali Matarbari Integrated Development Initiative (MEDI), aiming to transform the region into a pivotal engine for Bangladesh's future economic growth. The chief advisor made the call during a meeting with JICA President Dr. Tanaka Akihiko on the sidelines of the 30th Nikkei Forum Future of Asia at the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. The chief advisor said with access to the Bay of Bengal, the government is developing deep-sea ports, highways and railway links to connect the MEDI region with Nepal, Bhutan and other parts of South Asia. Professor Yunus said the interim government is now formulating a comprehensive master plan to transform the entire MEDI region into a hub for ports, logistics, fishing, energy and power. Dr. Tanaka reaffirmed JICA's commitment to the MEDI development but emphasized the need for accelerated decision-making to expedite project implementation. The chief advisor also revealed plans to establish free trade zones within the MEDI area, inviting foreign investors to set up manufacturing plants aimed at export markets. The two leaders also discussed Bangladesh's reform agenda following the July uprising, the country's democratic transition and the interim government's anti-corruption efforts. Professor Yunus confirmed that general elections are scheduled to be held between December and June, after which he plans to return to his previous work once an elected government assumes office. About Rohingya crisis, the chief advisor also sought JICA's more support for humanitarian responses. Former Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at Hotel Imperial in Tokyo this morning. During the call-on, the Chief Advisor sought his cooperation to get Asian membership. They also discussed July uprising and the Rohingya crisis. The Chief Advisor said that Bangladesh was thankful to Malaysia as the country employed hundreds of thousands of Bangladeshi people in the country in various sectors. Mahathir Mohamad said many Bangladeshis established businesses in Malaysia and were doing well as entrepreneurs. Japan will become the hub for the export of Bangladesh's workforce in the coming years. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said this in a briefing at the Hotel Imperial in Tokyo. The Press Secretary also stated that various types of training would be provided for sending workers to Japan. Besides, he presented the schedule of the Chief Advisor's second day of visit to Japan to the journalist.
30th Nikkei ফোরামে কথা বলেছেন উনি এশিয়ার যে ক্রাইসিসগুলো পিস বিল্ডিং এগুলো সবকিছু নিয়ে উনি আলোকপাত করেছেন এর পরপরই যেটা হয়েছে যে মাহাথির মোহাম্মদের সাথে ওনার একটা বায়োলেটারাল মিটিং ছিল বাংলাদেশ যে আসিয়ানের মেম্বারশিপের জন্য আমরা যে চেষ্টা করছি প্রফেসর ইউনূস তাকে আন্তরিকভাবে অনুরোধ করেছেন যে উনি যাতে এই বিষয়টা দেখেন এবং উনি যেন উনার যেটা যে স্ট্যাচার উনার যে সুনাম সেটাকে ইউজ করে বাংলাদেশের হয়ে কথা বলেন আজকে যেটা সবচেয়ে বড় আকর্ষণ ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে যে বাংলাদেশের জাপানের যে হিউম্যান রিসোর্সের উপরে একটা সেমিনার মিস্টার মিকিও ওয়াগাসায়ামা উনি সরাসরি বলছেন যে জাপান আগামী 5 বছরে যে সেমিনারটা বলেছেন আগামী 5 বছরে 1 লক্ষ লোককে নিবে কিন্তু যারা বাংলাদেশি যারা আছেন তারা বলছেন যে এই সংখ্যাটা আরো বাড়বে যদি আমরা ঠিকমতো আমাদের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ট্রেনিং দিতে পারি আমাদের জনগোষ্ঠীকে এবং তাদেরকে মিনিমাম স্কিলটা আমরা ট্রেনিং করতে পারি তাহলে আমরা আশা করছি যে এটা সংখ্যা বাড়বে এবং এটা একটা ফ্লাড গেটের মতো ওপেন হবে এটা আমাদের জন্য একটা বিশাল অপরচুনিটি
Today is International United Nations Peacekeepers Day. To mark the occasion, a special event was held this morning at the Bangladesh-China Friendship Conference Center, where injured peacekeepers were honored and a special presentation on UN peacekeeping operations was showcased. Finance advisor Dr. Salauddin Ahmed attended the event as chief guest. Members of the Advisory Council, ambassadors and high commissioners of various countries, the United Nations resident coordinator, chiefs of the three services, the principal staff officer of the Armed Forces Division, the Inspector General of Police, senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, media personalities and high-ranking military and civil officials were also present on the occasion. Over the past 4 decades, Bangladeshi peacekeepers have successfully participated in 63 UN missions across 43 countries and locations. Currently, 5,818 Bangladeshi peacekeepers, including 444 female peacekeepers, are deployed in 10 countries in various UN peacekeeping missions. A total of 168 Bangladeshi peacekeepers have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty during UN missions. This year, 2 injured peacekeepers were honored during the ceremony. In his speech, the finance advisor assured full government support for those engaged in peacekeeping missions and affirmed that such support will continue in the future. Chief of Army Staff General Waqar said Bangladesh is a legendary name in global peacekeeping. Home Affairs Advisor Lieutenant General retired Jahangir Alam Chaudhary has said future generation will disseminate the spirit of July uprising across the world. The Home Advisor said this at a discussion emerging from a rally organized on the occasion of International UN Peacekeepers Day. Senior officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs and senior military and civil officials were present on the occasion. The Home Advisor prayed for the well-being of 5,818 Bangladeshi peacekeepers currently working in UN peacekeeping missions. The advisor commemorated the great contribution of Bangladeshi peacekeepers. Earlier, a rally was brought out from Old Airport, which ended at Falcon Hall in the city. BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia has expressed hope that democracy will be re-established in the country very soon. Begum Khaleda Zia was addressing a BNP discussion at Engineers Institution in Dhaka this afternoon. The discussion was organized to mark the 44th anniversary of martyrdom of BNP founder Shahid President Zia Rahman. BNP's acting vice chairman Tariq Rahman virtually took part in the discussion as chief guest. Tariq Rahman urged the caretaker government to declare roadmap of next general election with specific dates. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir presided over the meeting. Among others, BNP leaders Ruhul Kobir Rizvi, Dr. Khandokar Musharraf Hussain, Dr. Abdul Moin Khan, Salauddin Ahmed, Iqbal Hassan Mahmood Tuku, Major retired Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram, economist Dr. Mahbub Ullah and Vice Chancellor of Jahangirnagar University, Professor Dr. Muhammad Kamrul Ahsan addressed the discussion. Tariq Rahman said Shahid President Zia Rahman is still relevant in politics of Bangladesh and he is a role model in politics and statesmanship. Shahid President Zia Rahman will be ever alive in the hearts of pro-democracy people, he added. Solidarity, unity and humanity should be 3 key pillars of a national consensus charter that would help building a state of future. Distinguished citizens opined this at a discussion titled National Charter and Citizens' Expectations, Shushashoner Jonno Nagorik Sujon organized the event in Dhaka today. Former Justice M.A. Mateen chaired the discussion. Vice President of National Consensus Commission, Dr. Ali Riaz, delivered the keynote address. He said, there is no alternative to universal national charter. The charter will make political parties more accountable to the common citizens. Dr. Aliria said the implementation of National Charter largely depends on the goodwill of political parties. Among others, NCC member Dr. Iftekharuzaman, Dr. Bodiul Alam Mojumdar and Chief Advisor's Special Assistant Munir Haidar were present in the discussion. The meeting discussed bicameral parliament alongside other important issues. The speakers opined that national consensus framed on opinions of common people is a must to build a participatory and accountable state. The Appellate Division has stated that the Election Commission will make a constitutional decision regarding the swearing-in of BNP leader Engineer Ishraq Hussain as the mayor of Dhaka South City Corporation. This observation came today from a full bench of the Appellate Division, led by Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed, as it disposed of the relevant petition. Earlier on Wednesday, a hearing began on a leave to appeal petition challenging the High Court's order that had rejected a plea to bar Engineer Ishraq Hussain from being sworn in as mayor. Barrister Mahbub Uddin Khokon represented Ishraq Hussain in court, while Advocate Muhammad Hussain appeared on behalf of the petitioner. The High Court has scheduled 2nd of June for delivering its verdict in the sensational murder case of Major retired Sinha Muhammad Rashid Khan, who was shot dead by police in Cox's Bazar in 2020. The bench of Justice Muhammad Mustafizur Rahman and Justice S.M. Quddus-Zaman today set the date after finishing hearing of both the death reference and appeals filed by the convicts against their death sentences. Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman took part in the hearing for the state. Sinha was killed in police firing at Shamlapur checkpost in Teknaf's Bahar Chora on Cox's Bazar Marine Drive Road on 31st July 2020. To ensure a comfortable journey for passengers, Bangladesh Railway, as in previous years, sold advance train tickets for Eid travel this year. The advance ticket sales took place from May 21 to May 27, with Eid journeys beginning on May 31st. The railway authorities have nearly completed all necessary preparations for homebound passengers. To prevent trouble without tickets and avoid overcrowding on platforms, a 3-tier security checkpoint system will be in place. According to the Komlapur station master, police, RAB and the railway's own security personnel will be deployed both inside trains and at stations to ensure overall safety. This year, 33,316 seat-based passengers will be transported daily on intercity trains departing from Dhaka. Over the 7-day Eid travel period, more than 233,000 tickets were sold, where 100% of them were online. During the 7 days, a total of 43 pairs of intercity trains along with mail, commuter and 5 pairs of special trains will operate daily from Dhaka. Railway authorities stated that just like during Eid al-Fitr, they aim to ensure a safe, smooth and on-schedule journey for passengers during Eid al-Azha as well. Religious Affairs Advisor Dr. A.F.M. Khalid Hussain has said that 74,316 Hajj pilgrims have left Bangladesh for Saudi Arabia so far. He shared this information during a media briefing at the Ashkona Hajj camp in the capital this morning. The advisor said that the remaining pilgrims will reach in Saudi Arabia by 1st of June. He also informed that 12 pilgrims have passed away so far during the Hajj journey and 36 pilgrims are currently hospitalized. The religious advisor confirmed that all Hajj management processes are running smoothly. This year, a total of 87,100 Bangladeshis have registered for Hajj. Among them, 5,200 have registered under the government management system, while 81,900 pilgrims have registered under private management. Anti-Corruption Commission (SEC) is working with India to bring Prashant Kumar Haldar alias PK Haldar back home under extradition treaty. ACC Director General Akhtar Hussain made the disclosure replying to a query at a regular press briefing of the anti-corruption in the capital today. He further informed that the ACC initiated another investigation against Public Works Department (PWD) engineer Shamim Akhtar. The ACC Director General added that several corruption charges have been filed against the PWD engineer for looting money in the name of VVIP programs.
পানির অপর নাম জীবন। আমাদের দেশে কৃষিতে, বিশেষ করে ধান চাষে, শিল্প কলকারখানায়, গৃহস্থালী সহ নানান কাজে পানির সুষ্ঠু ব্যবহারের অভাবে আমরা প্রচুর পানি অপচয় করে থাকি। ভূগর্ভস্থ পানির এরকম ব্যবহারের ফলে আমাদের পানির স্তর ক্রমান্বয়ে নিচে নেমে যাচ্ছে। পানি আমাদের অর্থনৈতিক, সামাজিক, বাস্তুতান্ত্রিক এবং পরিবেশগত সকল ক্ষেত্রে বিশেষ অবদান রাখছে। তাই আসুন আমরা